Greetings, my name is Dwayne, and I want to take a little time here to go over my 6-inch cone pattern. This has been a little bit different. I usually do a felt body, but for a while now I've changed over to doing some of the cones. They help me to be able to put on like legs and feet a little bit easier onto the gnomes. So this gives me just a quick pattern that I can use to build a number of my different gnomes, different styles, different looks to them, but just covering up the cone basically to start out with. So I'm going to give you some ideas on that and show you the trick to that for me. Now the cones, I've picked them up several different places, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and you can either use the green foam cones, the floral ones, or the white ones. What I'm looking again is the 6-inch. The Dollar Tree, theirs is a little bit larger. It's more like a 6.9. Now this will actually work with them. I've used actually the same pattern with it. So you can do that, but I prefer just to go with the simple 6-inch. They run about $2, $2.50 each. As a matter of fact, I've found the floral ones to be cheaper, even in the same stores. So sometimes I'll pick them up and use them instead. So the cone cover is just very simple. I have a pattern here. I've already cut it out, and what I do is I actually take just one of my 9x12 sheets of felt, and I always like to have something that I can cover the whole thing with one piece of felt. Make it nice and quick and easy. So this gives me my circle for the base and around the cone there. So what I normally do would be just to trace around and then cut it out. You can pin it down if you like. Some people just cut around, but I usually trace around and then cut it out. Just makes it easier for me to cut out a piece there for that. And it can be on anything. If you want to use a marker, if you want to use something, I know there's a lot of things out there for sewing that, it disappears when you wash it and everything. This is going to be on the inside, so I'm not as concerned about the marker or the pen showing on that. Now the trick is, when I'm taking this piece that I have here, is to lay the cone in the center to wrap it. What happens is if you lay it on the side, I found that and try to wrap it around, you end up having these gaps that don't fit. It's just the way that it's wrapped. So the trick is, and I wanted everybody to know that, lay it in the center. Start in the center there, and then go up a side, come around the other side there, and you'll see, might overlap just a little bit. The top doesn't matter because that's going to actually be underneath the hat. And again, it's going to just touch a little bit there. The bottom is where I want the seams just to come together, because it's nice when I fold this over and glue it down that I just have this nice little seam going back here. And on my gnomes too that I'm doing with the cones, they're usually either going to be covered with the beard or it's going to be the back anyways, so I'm going to have like a coat or something covering that. So what I really wanted to show you was the trick there of making sure that you're putting the cone in the center and then wrapping it around to glue it. And I just take my glue gun, run a little seam, run a little bit down there, bring it around, and then I'll do the other side. Glue that together. And then, as I've shown in other videos, I'll take the bottom here and I'll cut 1-inch slits. So roughly about 1 inch apart. just above the cone there. As you can see, it is a little bit longer here, and that's why I said for the Dollar Tree ones, I made it so it was a little bit longer. So if you do get the ones for the Dollar Tree there, it will fit for them. Most things I make, I try to make as universal as possible so you can use it with different things. But I found the 6-inch cone to be pretty much the basic with most of the stores. I've actually ordered some crafts where I've gotten some 5.5-inch ones, and again, I just modify this a little bit, and it sticks right on. You know, it'll go right on there. So I just wanted to have a pattern that would cover it. Just giving my covered gnome there that I can start building on from there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some other videos too that show building from there, and what I do as far as how to put things together, and even just give you some tricks of how I put things together for some of the other gnomes. But simply just going to try to show you real quick here. That's my basic cone. That's how I put my cone pattern together. Wanted people to know the trick there as far as putting the cone in the center. That's the biggest deal for me, is making sure people know that. I am offering this now in my Etsy with my book, The Colorful Gnome Stories. So I'm doing it as a combination type thing, and I'm getting more and more people that are interested in coming up and learning on the cones. So I'm filling that into with the gnome stories. I enjoyed making this book, and it's a coloring book, and a lot of people have been going crazy having some fun with it lately. So I've included that in there in the Heartfelt Creations 99, like I said, on my Etsy there, along with some other patterns, the hat pattern that I used with this guy here, and also a coat pattern for the 9-inch, which I've never done before as far as a pattern. So I'll have that pattern and the colorful gnome stories, just giving you an idea there how to make the cone there, and that'll be in my Etsy there. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you.